Greetings, everyone. My name is Mumkey, and today I am joined by Sai.
Hey, everyone. I just got done jacking off to your name for the 47th time today. That comet is so fucking hot.
I mean, comets are probably pretty hot. I mean, they're like flaming balls of shit. Hey, so everybody, listen, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mumkey? Fucking Sai? I fucking hate Sai. And listen.
I was thinking that, yes.
Listen, I agree. And here's the thing. I wholeheartedly believe that any video on YouTube, whether it's my channel or not, any video that features Sai should automatically have nothing but dislikes. So right off the bat, I implore you all. This is probably going to get like 1,200 views. Let's see if we can hit 500 dislikes.
I wouldn't say that. I think that's a bit generous for a podcast with me on it.
You know what? Let's see if we can get 500 dislikes on this video. This is, go for it.
Yeah, boys, smash that dislike button. Get 500 dislikes on this video.
If we get 500 dislikes. And be sure to unsubscribe from Sai. That's all you gotta do.
Unsubscribe from Mumkey. Fuck you.
Okay, so this is a show called Sai Tries to Get Mumkey Into ... And then each episode is a different thing that Sai tries to get Mumkey into. Sai, what stupid weeb bullshit do you want me to get into today?
Well, today I'm going to try to get you into my ass. Hey-o! No. I'm going to try and get you into... Thanks for the pity laugh, Mumkey. That's appreciated.
That was pretty good for a guy who mostly, I guess, reviews video games, you know?
So today I'm going to try to get you into Undertale.
Okay.
You've
Good luck
played,
with that.
Yeah, you've played Undertale before, and I watched that Let's Play. And let me just say,
I only played like 97% of it. I guess I didn't do the last level, but I just didn't know.
Oh God, that statement makes me hate you that much more. Okay, so I watched your Let's Play of Undertale, and it was the shittiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life.
Okay.
Now,
what's so bad about it?
To start off with,
did I not play the game the way you played it, and that made you upset because you're autistic? Is that what happened?
Yes, you played the game in a factually wrong way. Some people say there's no wrong way to experience media. I disagree. There is definitely a right and wrong way, and you are the wrongest of ways.
I guess I should have, did research on the game and watched other Let's Plays before having my own unique original experience? Is that what you're saying?
No. Here's the thing. Here's the core of the problem with that shitty-ass video series you call a Let's Play, is that for a Let's Play, it was fine, but you shouldn't have Let's Played the game in the first place. If you'll recall...
I agree.
Yes, but not for the reasons that you're agreeing for. No, I'm talking about different things.
I don't think Undertale should ever be Let's Played by anybody, because people like you show up in the comments complaining that you didn't... Why didn't you do the pacifist run, Mumkey? Because I don't fucking know what that means. This is the first time I've played this dumb shit.
Okay, so here's what like I said, you played the game wrong because you Let's Played it in the first place. If you'll recall, Mumkey, you had a poll on Twitter after I spent an hour or so trying to convince you to play the game, and it was because it was amazing. And this is back during my honeymoon phase with the game when I had just found it.
I don't even think I had Twitter back then, did I?
Did you? We were talking about it somehow.
I don't fucking remember, dude.
Oh no, what it was is that it was your alt account being run by the other dude. We were talking about it, I think, on Discord, and then, or in a podcast. We were talking about it somehow, and then that guy who ran that Twitter account launched a poll on there, and it said, should Mumkey play Undertale? And then I clicked yes, and then retweeted it, and then said, you know what to do. So I got a bunch of my fans to click yes on that poll.
Your retweet got me an extra whole 3 yeses on that poll.
If that. That's a bit generous, too. But no, I retweeted that because yes, Mumkey should play Undertale because it's a great game and you should at least try it. What I did not expect...
What was your expectation? What did you think would happen if I played it? That I would love it and just suck and stick all day and play it exactly the way you wanted me to play it, or what?
Here's the thing. I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't care if you like it or if you dislike it. I think you've just experienced it in a fundamentally, in a way that is more inclined to leading to you not enjoying the game.
Okay.
Like, the game is, I think, best experienced alone, going at the game with your own pace. And as someone who makes videos, you know just as much as I do that you sort of have to put on a persona before you like start recording shit, right? Like, if you're playing
in my everyday life, I'm always just like a drunk buffoon who's yelling cuss words at things that piss me off.
Okay, fine. Most people, then, have to put on a persona before they start recording something. Like, if I'm, when I play my Pokemon Moe thing, I'm talking out loud, and I wouldn't be doing that if I was playing it by myself. I'd be, like, slumped over in a chair listening to a podcast, sort of vegging out the player.
Yeah.
But instead, because I'm recording myself, I, turn off all the podcast shit, and I be lively and talk to myself and try to be entertaining, right? That is not,
the
that
key
can
word
be
there
conducive
is
to entertainment for other people. However, that is not the best way to experience a game for the first time. Like, for example, do you know where the birth of Let's Plays were, or was?
Probably PewDiePie playing that stupid Happy Wheels game.
No. PewDiePie was just really popular. The concept of Let's Plays originally started on the Something Awful forums back around like 2003, 2004. Okay. And the way it started off is it was like, that was Something Awful is a form, and it originally started off as just like screenshots of games with like witty commentary below it, and then eventually evolved into that being videos, and there are a whole bunch of like restrictions Something Awful imposed on Let's Plays that eventually sort of branched out of. I forgot where I was going with this point. Now, where the fuck was I going with this point? I got into like the origin of Let's Plays for a reason, and then I completely lost the plot of where the fuck I was going.
I think you're trying to say why the first experience of Undertale shouldn't have been a Let's Play?
Yes, something like that. I was saying, I've lost my train of thought, fuck. Listen, point is, the first experience of Undertale should not have been a Let's Play, because Let's Plays are not conducive to enjoying... Oh, that's where I was going with that. One of the rules that Something Awful imposed on people is that they couldn't Let's Play a game blind. If you were doing a Let's Play on the Something Awful forums, it had to be a game you were intimately familiar with and could be an authority on. So, because the format of Let's Plays in and of themselves are not conducive to enjoying something for the first time. Like, while you were playing Undertale, something I noticed a lot is that instead of, relaxing and letting the game sort of take you away on this magical journey, you were instead more concerned with being entertaining and being lively, and you would skip past all the funny dialogue and all the funny character bits and whatnot. Which, I mean, I'm not going to act like that's not what you should have done because you were doing a Let's Play. So I'm not going to say that you were wrong for doing that. I'm just saying that you shouldn't have Let's Play Undertale as your first experience with the game. I think doing that detracted quite a bit from your enjoyment of it.
Okay, I think that's a fair thesis statement. So go ahead and try to get me into Undertale. Tell me what I missed and why I should give it another shot. Why I should like it.
Okay, well, first of all, I think the thing that won me over with Undertale was how unique it was, how much it set itself apart from other games. The characters specifically, the writing in the game is fucking phenomenal. Probably
why
some
do you
of,
say that?
It's difficult to pin down why writing is good or bad, but at the end of the day, I think I just like when the game wants to make you laugh, it can make you laugh uproariously. And when the game wants to make you cry and sad, it can also do that. The essence of good writing is, can it achieve what it set out to do? And Undertale can achieve whatever the fuck it wants to do. It can make you cry one moment, laugh the next, feel sorry for this one character the next, hate him the next moment. Whatever Undertale wants to do, it can do to you, which is why I think the writing is fucking fantastic.
Just as a little gauge for what you consider to be phenomenal writing, what are some other examples, like, books, TV shows? What other things that I know of would you say also as phenomenal writing, so I know what to compare it to?
I don't know what the fuck else you know about. I'm not, as a weeb, I've not really gotten much into American culture. So
have you seen like Breaking Bad?
Yes, I've seen Breaking Bad.
I'd say that show has phenomenal writing.
I would agree with that. Breaking Bad does have phenomenal writing. By the way, small side tangent. Fucking Better Call Saul is awesome, and season 3 is already great.
Yeah, it's great. Mike's the best.
Yes, Mike is the fucking best. I fucking love his side arc. Anyways.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Breaking Bad, I would say, has fucking great writing.
We've got to do Sai tries to get Mumkey into Better Call Saul, even though I already like it.
What the fuck were we oh yeah, good writing. Yeah, so Breaking Bad has fucking great writing. I wouldn't say... I think Undertale, the kind of person who would like Breaking Bad isn't going to necessarily like Undertale for the same reasons, but I do think they have good writing in different ways.
I was just making sure when you say it has phenomenal writing, you weren't saying like, my definition of phenomenal writing is My Little Pony episode 8 and fucking...
No, don't worry. I'm not Digibro. I've never been into the whole pony shit.
Now, if you want to see some phenomenal writing, go check out The Triflers by Mumkey Jones. That's some top-tier shit.
No, I had that sitting on my desk behind me, and I've read like 3 pages, and it has some of the shittiest writing I've ever seen in my entire life.
No.
I'm surprised I haven't burnt it yet, honestly.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to do your anime book review of it.
That requires me to get around to reading it.
Yeah.
Which requires there to not be a bajillion different games I have to play all at once.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll
turn it into a visual
I'll do it eventually,
novel.
I'm sure. And then I'll kill myself afterwards. It'll be like when I finally work up the courage to kill myself, I'll read The Triflers then to get myself in the mood. How's that sound?
It would actually probably work.
Yeah, sadly, like unironically, that would probably work.
The book has a lot of pretty sad shit in there that'll probably make you reflect on your life in ways you didn't want to.
Indeed. And speaking of really sad shit that makes you reflect on your life, Undertale, which is the topic of this podcast, and not your shitty book, which you're trying to plug, goddamn you.
Okay.
So, like
what's
I said,
so sad about Undertale? Like the fish monster lady dies? Okay.
Yes, if you want to boil it, if you want to boil an entire game down to like one shitty half-drunken sentence, then yes, it's because the fish monster lady dies.
So what's so sad about that Undyne, right? What was so dramatic about her character that you actually cared about her when she lived or died?
Okay. Undertale's
like the nerdy professor wanted to fuck her and that was it?
Because I feel like your favorite character, I feel like Undertale's writing is such that your favorite character will depend a lot on the kind of person you are. Like,
who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is probably Papyrus. Or maybe Asriel. Because the common thread between them is that they're both friendless losers who no one likes. So
I think Asriel the king dude?
No, and this shows how shitty you are, your goddamn understanding of the game. You didn't meet Asriel because you only played like 3/4 of the game before getting bored and quitting.
I didn't get bored. I actually thought it was over. I put finale on the thumbnail because I thought it was done.
Okay, let me explain the goddamn ending to you because you're too goddamn stupid to be paying attention to what the fuck's happening in front of you.
I beat what I assumed was the final boss, and then the game turned itself off, so I thought it was over.
What happens at the end of Undertale is that you fight Asgore, who has the 6 human souls, and the whole plot of the game is that by acquiring 7 human souls, he will gain godlike power and the ability to shatter the barrier that traps them all underground, right? So the plot of the game is that everyone's trying to kill you so they can get the 7th soul and finally escape the underground where they've been trapped for centuries, right? So Asgore at the end tries to kill you, and you defeat him. Either you kill him or you spare him. I think you killed him. And then at the very end...
I fucking killed him. I killed him hard.
Yes. So
I killed like everybody.
Yes, you did, because you're a genocidal bastard.
Sure.
So with absolutely no heart. Like, one of the characters could be begging you, like, please don't kill me! And you'd be like, fuck you! And then just, like, knife slash him, and then they fucking die.
Papyrus gave me, like, 3 chances to not kill him, and every time I decided to kill him anyway.
I know, and I fucking hate you for that, god damn it.
I thought he was like an undead skeleton, and that he couldn't die. I thought it'd be funny.
That's the whole point of the game, is that it's supposed to set you up to like think like, oh, this is an average RPG. The monsters are just things I kill for experience points and gold. And then the game's supposed to pull the rug out from under you and be like, oh no, these things that we're killing had sentience and they had families and shit, and I should feel bad about that. But unfortunately, for the rug to be pulled out from under you, you have to be paying attention to what the fuck was going on, which you were obviously not doing. So
I feel like Undertale is kind of the Steven universe of video games, where it's like, okay, yeah, this, you think it's this one dumb little kid show, but then there's so much other shit going on, and there's a very clear demographic of adults who are into it. And I appreciate both Steven Universe and Undertale, but I didn't think either one was like, oh, I have to love this all the time.
I see where you're drawing that connection, because both are very Tumblr-y, for a lack of better word.
That's the demographic I was referring to.
Well, not even just the demographic, just like the style of writing is something I see. It's very Homestuck, very Steven Universe, like you were saying. I mean, of course, Toby Fox was inspired a lot by Homestuck, which explains that. But I get that, not like I'm not saying you have to like it. That's not my thesis here. My thesis is you did not play it under the right conditions to give it a fair chance. I don't think you gave the game a fair chance.
So what exactly did I miss? Like,
okay,
so there's funny dialogue, and you cried when the fish monster died.
No, I did not cry. Okay, so
you cried from the skeleton. I saw your video. How a skeleton made me cry, and you definitely cried from Papyrus.
Yes, I cried for Papyrus, but Papyrus isn't the fish monster. He's the skeleton monster.
Well,
Undyne
it's all the
fish
same.
monster.
It's all the same.
So, as I was explaining earlier, at the end of the game, you kill Asgore, or you spare him, whatever, and then Flowey pops up. The flower who fucking tried to kill you in the tutorial of the game, and he steals the 6 human souls, and with that he gains control over the game's code and crashes the game. Then
isn't that a little too don't you think that's a little too nudge nudge, wink wink, hey, the character knows he's in a game, isn't that super Tumblr fun, epic XD? Doesn't that kind of take you out of the experience?
Might think that, but
because you're like, so they know it's a game? Okay, that's cool, I guess.
I think Undertale earns it. I don't think this comes up out of nowhere. The game's, has a bunch of, tons of subtle hints that, the game knows it's a game, but it makes sense in universe. Because, by acquiring the 6 human souls, what that does is basically allow him to become God. And God, in the context of that, is control over the game itself. So, I feel like it makes sense. I don't think this just comes out of nowhere. And the game has always been very self-referential. From the beginning of the game, something you wouldn't know, because you killed everything and didn't pay attention to any of the fucking text, is that if you kill Toriel, at the beginning of the game, when you kill Toriel, that nice little goat mom, you walk up and you see Flowey and you talk to him for a second, and he says, "Oh, gee, it sure is a shame. It sure is a shame that you can't go back and undo what you did." And to most people who have a conscience, unlike you, they might get that hint and think, "Oh, wait, I can just close out of the game and then reload my previous save before I killed her and then try to spare her." And if you do that, and if you do spare her, then Flowey will call you out on that shit. He'll say that, "Oh, clever, very clever."
Oh, really?
But I know what you did. Yes, I know what you did.
That is actually really cool.
Yes, it fucking is. And you don't know any of this shit because you didn't pay attention to it.
Well, so even if I paid attention, I wasn't going to go back. I don't give a fuck if Toriel dies. Who cares?
This is the problem, Mumkey.
I do wish I would have seen that. That's a really cool feature that the dude knows that you reset the game.
Yes, Flowey knows that you killed Toriel, and he says, "Clever, very clever. I know what you did. You murdered her." And then you went back because you regretted it. That moment right there was what sold me on the entire fucking game. That was when Undertale went from an okay game to holy shit, made me sit up and fucking pay attention. So the game's already established that Flowey specifically is able to notice when you're messing with the timeline of the game, because in the backstory of the game, he also was able to do that until you showed up and sort of yanked control of the timeline over from him by getting the power to save the game. So at the end of the game, Flowey is able to hack into the source code of the game and crash it. Then you reload into the game, and he's trapped you in this sort of alternate dimension where he controls everything. And you have the big final boss battle with him. And at the end, when you beat him, you can either choose to kill him or spare him. And if you spare him, then you'll get like a sort of melancholy ending, because a lot of the characters will be dead, and you'll have escaped the underground, and everyone will still be trapped, and all the souls are gone. So it's a very melancholy ending for everyone in the underground. But you've escaped, and so you've sort of done what you came to do. But then, after the credits have rolled on that, then Flowey pops back up if you didn't kill him, and he goes, hi. Because he's very remorseful at the fact that you just killed him. And he says, why did you even care about making friends with everyone? Because now you're just going to leave them. Like, you're never going to see all these wonderful friends you've made ever again. So I've got an idea. How about you go back and you don't kill anyone? And if you do that, I won't kill the king and everyone can have their happy ending. So the game encourages you to do a second playthrough, doing a pure pacifist run this time.
And does the game know that you're playing it for the second time at that point, or does
yes, it does.
Is it irrelevant?
There are a bunch of different changes that happen on the second time. Like, for example, Toriel, if you'll recall, Toriel asks at the beginning of the game if you prefer butterscotch or cinnamon. And on the second playthrough, she'll just say, I get the feeling you like butterscotch. I don't know why, but I have this feeling inside me. So a lot of the choices you made in your first playthrough come up as references in the second playthrough. And one of my favorite bits of that, by the way, is when you fight Toriel for the second time, if you've killed her, the talk to her option becomes, you thought about telling Toriel that you saw her die, but that's weird. And I fucking loved that. I thought it was the coolest goddamn thing the first time it happened.
That is pretty cool.
So you play through
I'm getting a lot of flashbacks to one of my favorite movies, The Never-Ending Story. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not. I saw the Nostalgia Critic review, and I know vaguely what it's about, but I've not seen it myself.
It's also very kind of meta with its story structure, and it does things that you wouldn't expect, kind of like the things you've just explained.
Right.
Where, oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Let me just spell this out for you real quick, because I really love this moment in the movie.
Sure, go ahead.
So the plot is that the little boy is reading a book, so half the movie is the little boy reading the book, half the movie is the story of the book he's reading. But then, so the story is, inside the storybook, the world is being destroyed by the nothing, and then at the end it totally is, and everybody's dead. But then the little boy reading the book is suddenly alone in the room. So he was reading the book and everybody dies in the book. But then there's a storm outside in real life. And holy shit. So then he's with the princess in the book, and she's telling him how Bastion, the kid reading the book, is the hero who can save the mythical world if he gives her a name or something. But she says, I went too far. Right before that, when everything's about to die, the princess is talking to the hero, Atreyu. And she's talking about Bastion, the kid reading the book. And she says, but then, God damn it, it's so much, because she's talking about me, the people watching the movie, and how we are watching Bastion, and how Bastion is watching them by reading the book. So she directly refers to the viewers of the movie. She says, they were there when he was in the bookstore hiding from the bullies. And I'm like, wait, this bitch is talking about me. What the fuck is going on in this movie? Holy shit. Oh, it's great. I love Neverending Story. That was a butchering of explaining that, but it's a great moment.
I sort of got it. There's a similar thing in a game, what's it fucking called? The guy who made the Stanley Parable, The Beginner's Guide. It has sort of a multi-layered meta where a character will be talking to a character in the game, and that it by itself is meta, but he's also talking about you at the exact same time. So it's a multi-layered of the meta. I get what you're talking about, and I also really like when stories and shit do that. In fucking Spec Ops The Line, where the main character is like a war hero who gradually gets disgruntled over the course of the game because he's been forced to confront the horrors of war and shit. At the very end, he's confronted by his own psyche in the form of an old military commander talking to him. And he's like, you weren't here because you wanted to protect people. You were here because you wanted to be the hero. Something in real life you could never be. You wanted to play pretend at that. And he's talking to the main character, but also the audience playing the game at the same time.
To the faggot playing the game at home with his Cheetos and his fat gut.
Exactly. Yeah. You wanted to be something you could never be. A hero. That's the big famous line from that game. So I get what you're talking about. It's a multi-layered meta, and I can appreciate that too.
Shit on the audience.
Yes. That's always great. So...
Okay, let's wrap this up. Why should I like Undertale? Let's not go longer than half an hour.
Okay, fine. You didn't give it a fair chance, I think, is the main argument. But I think you should at least try it again. It's got fucking fantastic writing. Wonderful.
So how should
characters.
I play it the second time? Should I do a pacifist? Should I do an all-out slaughter? What should I do?
That's...
Because I've already played it once.
Yeah, you've already... I think playing it, killing everything like you did is probably the boring way to play the game. It's probably the way that most people are, like... What the like first level in the ruins is supposed to do is to let you fall into that groove of killing everything and then sort of pull the rug out from underneath you at the end with killing Toriel, who actually had feelings and you're supposed to feel sad for. Unfortunately, you didn't get much of that because you were trying to be entertaining at the time. So I feel like because you've already played the game, killing everything in sight, where you left off was before the big final battle with Omega Flowey, right? So I feel like you should go complete that battle with him, and then he'll at the end say that you should restart the game and not kill anyone. So I think then on your second playthrough, like keep the continuity, like don't just restart from the very beginning to where the game doesn't know anything about you. Keep your current playthrough going, and then just don't kill anyone in your second run through. So you do get like the new experiences that pop up because of the choices you made in the first one. And you also are experiencing, like, I think playing pacifist and playing, killing everything are two completely different games because you have to do different things to spare the monsters, and you also get like tons of backstory that you wouldn't get normally. Like, for example, all the dogs you fight in the Snowden Forest, if you don't kill them, they'll all be hanging out at the bar later on, just talking shit with each other and having fun. And you get to see them, and the town feels way more lively because of that. Yeah. The NPCs in the game are real characters, which is the point the game tries to hit in home.
These dogs attacking me in the woods. I stood my ground. I'm the George Zimmerman of Undertale.
They're attacking you because they've been trapped underground for years and years and years by this impenetrable magic shield, and the only way to break it is to get 7 human souls. So, I mean, it's your life, or literally everyone else is in the underground, and they feel that's more important.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I agree with them. I don't think your life is worth shit. So
no, I agree. My life is not worth shit.
If you could be killed to free Azrael and Papyrus, then I wouldn't mind at all. So I recommend going to the game a second time, sparing people, and attempting to connect with the characters. And if you still don't like it, fine. At least you gave it a chance then. But I do think you should try it one more time.
Alrighty, well, I think you might have convinced me. I mean, I heard a lot of things that I think sound cool and I didn't expect would be in the game, so maybe I will finish my run and then play again without recording it.
Please, wow. First of all, I was not expecting to actually convince you. Second of all, yes, cool, please do not record the second fucking run. Holy shit. If you do, I will literally kill you.
Okay, well, I guess that's it for this time, Sai. What are you going to try to convince me to get into next time? Steins Gate?
But you're already into Steins Gate, aren't you?
Shh, don't tell him. It's an easy video to do, dude.
Oh, shit. Yes. Next time on Sai Tries to Get Mumkey Into Something, we talk about microwaves and phones and CERN.
Yeah,
so,
CERN.
I guess I'll see you guys.
CERN's like a real company, right? Like it's a real group.
Yes, it is an actual real research group. And it's funny.
I wonder how they
every time they do an AMA on Reddit, like the most top voted question is always like El Psi Congru, or like, what are your plans for time machine control, or whatever the fuck. It's fucking great. I love it.
What does CERN do in real life? Nothing?
They're the guys who have the Large Hadron Collider, I think, and they like study particle research.
That's right.
Theoretical
really
physics
funny.
and whatnot. Yes. So,
I finally
next time,
those
microwaves.
Stupid memes.
Yes,
right.
now it all makes sense.
Go unsubscribe.
So next time,
Sai.
microwaves, time travel, Makise Kurisu. Is she best girl? We'll find out. So thank you guys.
Wait, which one's Maki say?
She's the stop ruining my outro, goddammit. Maki says the red-haired girl, and she's best girl. I spoiled that for our podcast listeners.
Either she's the best or like the transgender one's the best. I don't know yet.
No, Kurisu is best girl without question. Okay. Anyways, if I can fucking finish the outro, next time on this retarded fucking podcast, we talk about whatever the fuck. I have no fucking clue. Say goodbye, Mumkey.
Bye.
Bye.